discuss all things of Earth and outer space, where we divine to pass the time, and no one can put us down or in our place. Grab your tea leaves or your spirits and gather around. The embers are glowing, warm flames abound. The hallowed hearth welcomes you now.
Every great play begins with a single voice in the dark. I'm Katie Lynn Wolfe, and for years my life has been lived in the space between the scripted and the supernatural. A little less scripted tonight. But magic, much like the theater, is rarely a solo performance. The strongest energy is woven when different paths cross and different voices harmonize. To truly explore the heights of the craft and the depths of the spirit, I've invited two other practitioners to join me at the table. We are three different witches with three different ways of seeing the unseen, and together, we're peeling back the veil. Joining us and bringing a perspective from the front lines of the unknown, someone who walks into the places most people run from to find the truth behind the veil. Please welcome our resident paranormal investigator, Rachel Ravensvale. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, sister.
Hello, sister. And rounding out our triad with an energy that bridges the gap between folklore and the physical, a creator who breathes life into the things that go bump in the night through her incredible line of cryptid companions, we have Haley Hansen. Hello.
I'm still giant. Hold on, let me back. Smalls I'm getting. All right. Hello, sisters. It's good to see you.
You're just larger than life.
There you go. I feel like the great Wizard of Oz.
Oh my goodness. It's fine. How are you both?
Fabulous, darling.
Do you have your moon stuffs going?
Need to do a lot more, but yes. This moon's kicking my booty.
Yeah. I was like in it Tuesday and could not pull myself out. But like even went for a walk, took pictures out in nature because we've got this great nature preserve like half a mile from me. And I was so into like taking pictures, I wasn't like appreciating the nature and like the being in it. And I was like, that almost feels like a wasted walk.
Aw.
I mean, it's fine because I have cool pictures to look at, but
Right. I did the same thing with my pupper and got completely sunburnt because it was just randomly 80 degrees out. I'm like,
oh no,
this is life. Yay. Outdoors are wonderful.
And I'm stuck in an office all day, every day.
No.
It's the saddest thing ever.
Right.
I know.
They're going to come break you out. Don't worry.
Yeah. I was like, hey, can some of the ghosts come rescue me? Like, huh?
Right. Can I just bring one thing home to take to work with me for show and tell?
Yeah. Well, supposedly I got told that that there's a ghost that's at my work that has a crush on me. So.
Oh,
What?
Undying love.
Because it's so weird. I keep randomly, like, I'll hear a voice call my name, and I'll be like, and I'll go to the front, and I'm like, "Did you call me?" And they're like, "No," and I'm like, "Oh, never mind."
This is like, hey, baby, you come here often. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, the gal that I work with, a lady who does like, channeling and that kind of thing, and she works with me on my gifts and stuff. And I don't know, we were talking about it, and I was like, "Can you tell me, like, because I keep hearing like this voice?" And she said, "Yeah, it's a man that's there, and he has a slight crush on you. And I was like,
He needs to know I'm married. I'm sorry, I'm taken. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
he's my
God.
spiritual boyfriend.
Your work husband, if you will. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Safest work husband ever.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Speaking of which, it's just crazy you said that. I actually watched an episode of TV today where a woman was marrying a ghost. And she was so into it. He was the perfect lover, apparently. Eduardo from the Victorian era. I'm like, you go, girl. She's having the time
I've
of her
heard
life.
of this.
Huh?
What was that on? Because I
It was
totally
on Say Yes to the Dress of all shows, but with Tan France. I was like, what? This is amazing.
Katie's like, what in the
Just
world?
like the second I met him, I felt the fire come over me. I'm like,
I know how loud my face is. And like, I would have a rough go as the shop owner. I would have a really hard day keeping my face quiet.
he was a good sport, and she got a gorgeous dress, and she's gonna go marry the unalived. I don't- She's good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not
Exactly.
hurting anybody, and you're having fun.
Oh my
You're like-
gosh.
You're like, boo, you do you. Boo. Boo.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, I
We don't.
Oh, sometimes things just give me the giggles. Sorry.
can't.
Good.
Oh, okay. I got to get us back on track because I'm just going to sit here and think about that for a while. So, let's see what the cards hold for us this evening. Go ahead and tell me when to stop. When
Interesting.
we got a jumper. Oh,
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah, there. Okay. Ooh. We have not gotten a major yet. So, we have the Magician.
oh.
No more sevens, no more cups tonight. No more
Maybe it's
sword.
magic in there. With the-
All right. You have everything you need to do anything you want.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So, let's see. Does she? Oh, she does have a raven on her shoulder. Of course she does. Da-da-da-da-da. It's my ADHD break. Sorry. Okay.
Over there, and I was like, yes, good stuff's happening.
Before the magician was a talented gardener with countless plant babies, they were just another newbie with a barely green thumb. But because they never saw that as a setback, it never was. Now they're thriving. That's what happens when you finally decide to trust the process of your own butterfly transformation and focus on doing the work to get there, which is what you're currently being called to do. They say to you, did you know that you can do whatever the hell you want to do and be whoever the hell you want to be? No? Then here's my advice to you, friend. If nothing else, be secure in your ability to make the extraordinary shit happen. Everything else will follow.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Love it, love it, love it.
Aw.
It's a good card.
That's a good card. So we have, I typically have my full moon behind me, but we have the pink moon
Yes.
right now. And I love when a moon coincides with our witchiness. But I carry a lot of like pink quartz. I'm such a girl sometimes, like girly girl. So the pink moon is just lovely. So I found some things. This April moon marks the blooming of the pink moss. And I've never seen pink moss, but I think we need to go on an adventure and find some.
Find some, yes.
Yes. But this moon is also called the egg moon or the fish moon.
Not as appealing.
No.
No, definitely not. But whether you call it pink sprouting grass or the awakening moon, it is a signal of momentum. So our card tonight, stuff's happening. The seeds we planted at Ostara are finally breaking the surface. So let's take a look at what's blooming in the shadows.
Ooh.
And with the shadows of a full moon, we often find furry friends.
Mhm.
And so I do not know almost anything about our cryptid of choice tonight.
Oh,
But we have somebody with us tonight who is going to talk to us about all kinds of stuff. So,
Hi.
Rachel, will you please introduce our wonderful guest?
yes. So tonight we step beyond the veil of the known and into the shadowed forest where something ancient may still roam. And so we're honored to welcome Jenn Jacobs, a dedicated researcher with North American Dogman Project, a group of committed to documenting, investigating encounters with one of the most mysterious cryptids whispered about in hushed tones, the Dogman. So I know that Jenn, I don't know how long you've been doing Dogman, and we can ask you, but I know that the whole project in itself likes to kind of listen to firsthand accounts, sort of analyze those encounters, and help give a voice to those who have experienced the unexplainable. So I know that you kind of walk that fine line between folklore and reality, where instinct and mystery intertwine. Is the Dogman simply a legend born of the veil, or something far more real? So just watching us from beyond the tree line. So let's find out and lean in close and let's listen. So tell us a little bit more about the Dogman and what exactly he is for those who may not know.
So you kind of hit on all three things there. They do watch. They sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I actually had one watching us this week when my youngest son and I were at a local park. And I have pictures of it, which I won't release. I don't ever release my pictures. But then others beyond the veil, some say they come through portals, like my son's dad. He saw one step into a portal. It was like looking over a fence, and he turned around and it disappeared. You know how snow out in the country is on a full moon night, how it reflects off the snow? He said it was like that, and if it would have been running anywhere, you would have seen it on that snow. And then others have seen it appear in their bedrooms and then just kind of disappear like a spirit would or a ghost would.
Interesting.
So really can't. All different. Really can't narrow that down to exactly what it is.
Yeah. It's kind of like Bigfoot in a way.
Kind of.
Yeah, because he's been known to sort of, where it seems like, disappear in and out of plain sight, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
people think maybe it steps into and out of a portal. So,
I heard a theory. Oh, I was watching something on Bigfoot, and they said maybe light refraction, the way the light bends. I was like, that's kind of interesting, because it actually happens. Like, I was watching videos of how the light bends, and it looks, you can see part of things and part of it disappears. So I was like, but would it be because of its fur? Something in its fur that would make the light do that? because you can see the full tree, but then like you can kind of see like a hazy thing sometimes. Reminds me of the Predator, how you would see the outline of it.
That's what I
That's
was
what it
gonna-
reminds me of.
Yeah, that totally was what I was picturing in my mind. It's so weird, like Predator, how it's kind of like a camouflage in some type of way.
Yeah, I've actually heard something that sounds similar to a Predator. A couple times we were down at Thornhaven Manor. It's been several years ago, and I was with my friend Barb and her team, and I was there, and we were walking around the back side of it and out in the woods. And she swears something ran behind me, and it sounded like the Predator chatter.
Oh.
I was like,
That's
what is
fun.
that noise? I was like, that doesn't sound like a squirrel at all. But it sounded just like the Predator chatter.
Oh my God. That
Yeah,
kind of gives you kind of the
Right.
willies, you know?
yeah. And in Ohio, there's actually something, the Grassman, I believe
I
that's
was
what's
going to
called.
say, yep.
Yeah, that's supposed to look like the Predator shadow. Kind of see it, kind of don't.
Yeah. How
So
did you become involved with the North American Dogman Project?
So I was at a conference. I was a vendor at a conference in Fort Wayne many, many years ago. And, well, Fort Wayne, Indiana. And Jody Cook was there. And he founded the NADP, which is the North American Dogman Project. I met Jody, listened to him speak, and went to one of his events and joined the team there. I was the Indiana rep for many, many years. And last year, the year before, I took over Region 2, which is the Midwest region. I have 15 states I'm over.
Wow. That's a big region.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there's sightings pretty much everywhere then?
Yeah. Even in cities, there's been sightings in Chicago as well, like in abandoned buildings.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah. They're in, people are like, oh, I live in the city, I'll be okay. No, you won't.
Nowhere is
If you're in your bedroom, like, hello.
Right, not even in your house.
Yeah.
But yeah, most people see them out in the wooded areas, but they do come into town as well.
Wow.
And as we grow out in the cities, move outward into the wooded areas, you're going to encounter things more and more and more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're encroaching upon its habitat probably that has been for hundreds, if not longer. You would think,
Oh, yeah.
if it's a truly physical species, you know. But it seems like it's something more.
You know, it makes me wonder if there's different types. You know, well, obviously there is, but they're not all from the same. And I had listened to a podcast, it's been several years ago, and someone in Alabama saw one, and it was near a government facility, and they said it was bleeding green.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, is that really true? But others say they bleed, but they have like an armor on them.
Oh.
And there's 7 varieties, or variants, I should say, not varieties. Sounds like you can eat them.
That brings up a good point. For those of us who don't know a ton about Dogman, what are the basic characteristics that define them versus like a werewolf or something else?
So you said werewolf. One of the most common sightings is like a werewolf from the Van Helsing movie. That's what the ones I've seen looks like.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
And then there's one that is called they call them a gugwe, or it's the beast of 7 shoots. It looks more like a hyena.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah, there's 7 different variants for it.
Wow.
And they're seen all over the world. They have different names for them too. Just like they do Bigfoot, Yeti, Abominable snowman.
Sasquatch,
Yep.
skunk ape, grass man.
Oh yeah.
You're thinking something, Katie.
Yeah. I just, it's, because we grow up with like the big three. So, hearing a new cryptid, just because like we've talked about before, we're expanding and learning and studying and growing and all of this stuff. And I think we lost Haley. So yeah, I mean, I was really just first introduced to Dogman a couple weeks ago when you suggested doing it here and learning more. So I'm just like absorbing.
So how far is Wabash? It's not very far from you.
Mm-mm.
So there's a place there called the Mississinawa Triangle.
Yeah.
And there has been sightings. There's a lot of sightings around there. His name is Brandon. He has Brandon's Tinfoil Tales.
Oh yeah, I've been on his podcast. He's cool.
Yeah, he has just produced a film.
Is that near the reservoir?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, it's near the reservoir. I've had friends down in Huntington driving through that have seen dogmen down there.
Crazy.
I saw one in Fort Wayne when I lived there.
I lived there too. Nothing. I had like nothing.
It was out north off of Cook Road.
Yeah.
And then the other one that Jody had a report of was off of Till Road, back there by the swampy area.
Past
by the new Y. Mm-hmm.
Past the old sanatorium.
I don't know about that. Where's the sanatorium?
It used to be on 3 before you got to Carroll Road.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a couple of roads down.
Yeah.
Just south of there. Yep.
Road trip.
You guys are in the turf.
It's about the same distance, really, for each of us. We could meet there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That sounds fun and scary.
Oh yeah.
But I believe they migrate because you had the Michigan Dogman. So dogmen were actually first written about, from what I can see, back in the 1800s. And it was the Michigan Dogman.
Mm-hmm.
So they were sighted up there, sightings all over the place. The one gal that just joined the NADP, she's an investigator. She lives up by the Manistee Forest? Is that right? I'll have to Google it. It's it's up north. I'll have to look.
Like the UP.
No, it's not all the way to the UP.
Okay.
Oh, Michigan Forest. Let me see. Manistee Forest, Manistee National Forest. It is. Where is it? I have to look at it on a map. It's still in the lower part. It is just north of Muskegon in Grand Rapids. It's between there and Traverse City.
Okay.
Which is heading towards the UP. Yeah, she's had all kinds of encounters.
Man.
It's
crazy.
It's when you sit down and talk to her, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Are there kind of like any patterns in the behavior or kind of the traits that witnesses kind of describe about him?
A lot of people say they're aggressive, but the ones that I've encountered has not been aggressive. They just kind of sit and observe.
Does it seem like they're intelligent?
Hold on. Yeah, they are. They're very intelligent. They also, it's called mind speak. A lot of people don't realize. It's like when spirits communicate with us through, like, you can hear them in your head, but not audibly. It's like that. but they call it mind speak with the cryptids. It's very
So it's like
interesting.
telepathy in a way.
Is it what?
Like telepathy?
Kind of. Like you could actually have a conversation, yeah.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
So when you meet one of these creatures, what is it that instantly tells you this is not something normal, like approaching a wolf, which would be terrifying as it is in the wild?
They're absolutely huge. They're anywhere from 7 to 10 feet tall.
Ah!
One of the gals that used to ghost hunt with us, she lives over by the lakes, like over near Lake Wawasee here in Indiana. And she lives over by the smaller lakes that's close to there. And she said she had a wolf walk out. She drove like a bigger SUV. Let me think. It wasn't a Tahoe. It was like an Escalade, like a Cadillac Escalade. And she said the wolf's back was above her hood. It was so tall. And it was black. So off we went to try to find it.
Right. That sounds terrifying. Let's go.
Exactly.
My friend Tamala, that she took over Indiana when I got moved up, I gave her that position. I was like, here, have Indiana. Enjoy.
With you this
Enjoy the state. And we went out there, and one of the gals from South Bend that we ghost hunt with, we all went out there, and we didn't find tracks or anything, but we went looking, and I've heard other reports from the area. Tamala has had Bigfoot encounters out there, and she says there's a dog man out there too, around her house. She called me last year. She lives close to one of the nature preserves, and she was out for a walk, and like she called me and I couldn't answer, and she called me right back on video chat, and she's like, look at this. And there was a big footprint out there. And then she walked over to where it's not a swamp really, but it kind of looks swampy. And you could see through the cattails where it was pushed down, where something walked through that swampy area. And you could just see the trail going through there. And she's like, see, I told you they're out here. I'm like, I never doubted it. And then she showed me some prints that she had this week from the same area. And you could clearly see like the prints, like the big toe.
Mm-hmm.
You could see that.
Because I'm losing my mind right now because I know exactly where she's talking about. I'm not kidding. I went to church camp at Lake Wawasee.
Oh my goodness.
So like I'm picturing this. My grandparents had a house on Big Tippy my whole life, and that's exactly where she's at right now. And I'm like, how did I not know about this until just now?
Right. It's a small world after all.
Oh, for real.
But I won't tell you which park it is near me. I'll just say it's up north.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a couple. I have so many questions.
Go
So you mentioned migration patterns. So I guess another distinguishing feature of the dogmen is not necessarily lunar tide. This is a permanent state of being for them in the general consensus, right?
Yeah, it's not a shapeshifter.
Okay, so no skinwalker. It's something completely different than that, right?
Completely different.
Okay.
We were at I just went blank. Randolph County Asylum. It's been about a year and a half ago in the summer. And we were outside taking a break, and it sounded like something was being torn apart.
Ooh.
And the one gal with us, she's like, what is that? I said, it sounds like a dog man's ripping something to shreds. And then you just heard this, yep. And it went dead silent.
Oh,
And then she like texted me the next week and she's like, listen to this. I said, that sounds exactly like what we heard. And she said, I know.
wow.
And it was a dog man. It had to be one down there. It was out there in those fields because have you guys ever been to Randolph County?
No, not yet.
Well, behind there, like it's a good little ways out there. There's some woods and a creek, and there's cattle and fields and stuff. But it was a little ways out there, but it was loud enough you could hear it. And it just like, yep, and dead silent and not another word.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. But for the migration patterns, the ones that I have encountered, they tend to migrate. It seems like they're coming earlier. So when I first encountered it, it was May through June. And then October, the month of October, they would migrate through again.
Do you have
And now-
any theories as to what's causing that? Like, is it maybe breeding or just, I don't know. Any thoughts?
They're snowbirds, I think.
Okay. That's cool.
You know, we go to where it's warm. And then like everything comes back. Well, they were seen in Michigan, so it would make first seen in Michigan and documented there. Not seen, but documented. So it would make sense that they migrate and then go back home.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Yeah.
You did mention earlier that you have photographs. Is there a particular reason why you don't want to share them?
Yes. I don't want the government to come get me.
That is so
I don't
real.
want them to take my phone.
No, I totally understand that. Absolutely. So when you do stuff like that, like, is there a safe way to tell other people within the group what you're finding then? Or I'm sure like groups like MUFON have something established like you guys probably do, but
If you go to the website, the North American Dogman Project, project.com, that's a long one. There is documents on there.
Oh,
There's photos on there if you haven't checked it out.
that's awesome.
I just personally don't want mine released
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want that backlash.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that used to be with the NADP was trying to prove cryptids weren't in existence.
Oh,
And he just like gave me a hell of a time because I shared one of my photos with just them. And he told me it was fake.
ew.
Yeah.
Poo-poo on him. We don't need any buzzkills. We're doing hard investigative research, just saying like, no, that's gross.
And he's never stepped foot in the woods or seen one.
So exactly. How would he know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Such a naysayer without like a reason why. You don't even
Hey,
know the
let's
reason
just
why.
put him in
You're
the
saying
tent in the middle of a hot spot and see how he does.
no. Let's just drop you off.
I'm like,
you live
am I
here
allowed
now.
to cuss? Am I allowed to cuss?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're fine.
So he, I told my friend, I said he would shit himself if he walked out there and encountered something, and I would stand there and laugh.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, yeah, they agreed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree.
Exactly.
So
Do you,
what other questions you guys have?
well, I wondered, has there been like theories connecting like dogmen to phenomenon like Bigfoot or spirits or other sort of interdimensional beings?
So they say that Bigfoot and dogmen are enemies, and they do not share the same territories. I
So
can see that.
unlike humans and dogs and similar evolutionary paths, they do not get along. That's fascinating. And it kind of makes sense because we have a unique situation with that. But yeah, stay out of my turf. I get that.
Yeah, they tend to run each other out of the areas, or else
Well,
there's
yeah.
like a fine line that divides which side they're on.
Yeah, because if you're saying dogman potentially in between 7 to 9 foot and Bigfoot somewhere in that ballpark range too, you're talking
Yeah.
two big creatures that are gonna
And not enough food.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Less
And
there.
us humans encroaching on both of their territories, you know.
Mhm.
Our
You need to talk to Al Santoriaga. I'll give you his information. He has some really interesting stuff on dogmen.
That would be amazing.
He's actually found some of their not their lairs. That sounds horrible. Dogman's lair.
Cool.
But he's found where they stay out. Their dens. That's the word I'm looking for. Dens. It's been a long day today, ladies.
Great, thank you.
So we have a question. Are there certain, I'm assuming this means certain things to do to attract them?
Mhm.
Would you recommend not trying to attract them?
Do you see my face?
Steak and they will come.
So I highly recommend not trying to attract them.
Tell your mom.
I know. Miss Hanson, put the steak back in the freezer.
So I would not try to go out hunting them because a lot of times they're aggressive.
Mhm.
Like on the Appalachian Trail, they're seen there a lot. And they tend to follow you. And oh yeah, they also like to hide in trees like Bigfoot do as well.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
So, okay, so the other side, are there ways to keep them away from you? Are there things that they don't like?
I don't know. I've never thought about that.
Bring a Bigfoot with you, I guess, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I'll keep
Stay
one
in your corners, guys.
beastie baby of each kind with me. It's like a happy beast.
Be like, here's you.
Right.
Like exchange them and be like, you can hug one another and everything will be fine.
Oh my god.
Or you could just say,
Gonna help
have
them.
at it.
And then that's when I run away
And that's when
Exactly.
you film it. You
Yeah,
film
there
it.
you go. Do it
from a safe distance with my Zoom, not close by.
But they've said that they fight actually. They fight over territory. And it's been on a lot of different podcasts that they do that.
It's crazy.
I mean that the discourse is so different between like the Dogman and the Bigfoot research styles, it seems like, because there's some Bigfoot researchers who are just like, we have to get a body and they want to kill one more than anything. And I don't know if that says anything about their temperament or what, because it seems like with the Dogman, it's just, you're lucky you see anything, you're lucky you make it out alive. Definitely don't advance further.
Well, there's some of them that carry weapons that actually go out and look for them,
Okay.
just like they do the Bigfoots.
There's crazies in all areas, right? Do not mess with them.
Exactly. But yeah, my friend's cousin is actually going to hike the Appalachian Trail by herself.
Oh my gosh.
By herself?
I said, why?
Well,
I said,
yeah,
"She
why?"
needs to-
Do you have a
Why?
definition?
I mean, not just like the cryptids out there, but the snakes and the fairy.
Yeah,
people,
that's what I'm saying.
and just
Like, cryptids
feral
aside,
people.
don't hike by yourself ever. Never, ever. Nowhere, ever.
and just like creepy people. Period.
Yeah.
Isn't there like the blue people out there?
No shade, I grew up there, but run away from the banjos.
Yeah, she said her
Liver
cousin
incident?
hiked. She said her cousin hiked some other trail by herself too, and her neck.
No.
Is there something down in Tennessee?
I'm sure.
Like what?
Some kind of trail, like mountainous trail, or not the
Well,
Smoky Mountains, but
Appalachia there too.
it was a it was something else somewhere.
Oh,
she
it's
went.
the Trail of Tears too.
No,
That
it
was like the whole Native American.
I'll have to ask her again and let you know. But she
Yeah.
hiked it by herself, and now she's hitting up Appalachia. And I'm just like, the first thought in my head is,
Girl, don't.
she's gonna get 8.
That was nice.
Yeah,
to
girl, don't.
have fun being kibble.
Like, My mom brain is going, you're going to, your foot's going to slip on some gravel. You're going to roll down a hill. You're going to die because nobody knew you were there to get to you. They didn't know your spot.
And then you got
And
it.
you just, your leg got broken and you bled out all alone.
Stop.
Well, that sounds really painful.
That is like the mom brain going, right?
Yeah,
The mom brain is
absolutely.
like, you know, what are you thinking?
Take a buddy. Take a buddy. Always take a buddy.
You're getting Apple tags in both of your sneakers, whether you like it or not.
You're taking a friend.
Yes, all of the things.
It's harder to eat 2 people than it is 1.
You need
Right.
someone to trip.
Yeah,
Who's
exactly.
the fastest runner? Pick a slower one to go with you.
That's right.
Take a slower one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. I pulled up a list of dog and wolf type cryptids that are out there just because I wanted to see how prevalent this was. And the list is absolutely astounding. There's, like you mentioned, the Michigan Dogman, Beast of Bray Road, which is in Wisconsin. That's a really cool one. Dogman itself, American. They put skinwalkers in there. That's a gray area. I'm with you on that one. Black Shuck. I can't pronounce this one. The Ashwaubenon Hound or something. Andean Wolf. White Things. I'm pretty sure I have one of those. I think that's what my husky is. Yeah, there's a Japanese version. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. There's dog-headed humanoids. That sounds Egyptian. I'm wondering how far of a spread this actually covers, because
That's what I was going to say earlier. Anubis.
yeah.
Yes.
It makes me think they're descendants of Anubis.
Ooh, I like that. Now I'm going to have to spend even more time outside, and I'm so bug bait. I'm just going to die. But it was nice knowing you guys, and hopefully I have pictures for you. Yeah, crazy. Then there's Lugaroos and Rougarous, depending on the regional areas. But I mean, people have been seeing dogmen for forever. And I love the Anubis tie-in. I wouldn't have even thought of that, but that is so cool.
Well, there's also one that they say has a handler on its shoulder. It's called a fathead. And another theory is that they're aliens, that they're not even from here.
Well, I mean, there's that could be. There's a type of alien called Lyrans, which are cat beings. Again, very like Egyptian deities. So why not? And they say they came from the stars. I mean, that makes sense to me. And then fading in and out of reality. We don't have that tech. I don't know who does, but
Yeah, they say that they come through portals, and oh, there's my dog girl.
hey,
Aw.
hey, girl. Aw.
That's Athena. She's a sheepadoodle.
Oh, that's so cute.
A sheepadoodle.
A sheepadoodle. She hops around like a baby goat. You know how they look really cute hopping around?
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't fall over when you scare her. But then she has the Highland cow's curly hair when it grows out. So she hops around and looks like a Highland cow.
That's awesome.
And she's ignoring me because she's mad. I don't know why. Probably because, I don't know. She's picky. She's finicky. She's a woman. You know how we are.
I've heard dog way too much today. I didn't do anything.
She's like, are you guys insulting me with this dog man?
Who is this man? Who is this strange man? That's exactly how Annie is. You say the DOG word too many times. She's like, I didn't do anything. Excuse me.
So do you guys want to hear about our encounters?
Of course.
Yes.
So many, many moons ago when Xander was a year old. So it was 2000. He's not quite 2. It was 2017. We were staying with my mom. And it wasn't far from where I live now. And it was in Amish country. And we were walking around her neighborhood, and it was like a big circle. And behind her house is cornfields, and then a wooded area and railroad tracks. So we were walking around there, and you know how when you're ghost hunting, it feels like something's watching you, so you take
Oh, yeah.
pictures. So I'm like,
Mhm.
what in the world is watching me? Is somebody back there? I'm in the country thinking banjos again. So, so I start taking pictures and I'm like looking through them and I'm like, oh, okay. And we were by a retention pond. And I'm looking through and I'm like, what is this sitting here? So I sent the photo to Jody and he like pointed out in that photo like the ears, the pointy ears and the snout. It was a juvenile that was watching us. And I did not see it when I turned around and looked to take pictures until I started going through those photos.
Oh my gosh, so cool.
And it was sitting there watching us, and I could have been 8 that day.
Oh my gosh.
You know, that's crazy. It was just sitting there so still.
Yeah.
Well,
I think normal.
Sorry, Rachel.
Oh, I was going to say, even like, for example, we have like wild bunnies that come in our backyard, but one was just sitting there, standing so still, not moving because it was kind of like freaked out. It saw like us in movement that we couldn't even tell like where it was. Because my brother-in-law was trying to find him. We're like, he's right there. He's right there. He's like, where? I can't even see it. It's just like, so you can imagine that if other animals do it, then there's the potential that, Dogman can do it too. Just be so still that they're kind of camouflaged, especially if they're coloring or whatever, just kind of blends with the environment.
Yeah, so it blended right in. It was next to a fence. Like there was a fence with some high grass and it was at the end of it. It was crazy. That's the one that I was told that was fake. It was a bear. But there's not bears here. But that's a whole nother story. So I went home, looked through the photos, and then my son was only like 15 at the time, 14, 15. Oh, wait, it was summer, so he was up playing video games, and he would start hearing stuff outside his window. And it would knock on the windows, scratches on the window, look in the windows, be on the roof. You're like, nope, no thanks. And I had went to Waverly that summer. He calls me and he's like, Mom, where are you at? Can you come home? I said, no, I'm in Kentucky. Why? He's like, they're on the roof.
Oh my gosh.
And the crazy thing is he switched rooms at my mom's house. And my daughter had called me one night and she's like, Mom, there's something scratching on the window. Oh my gosh. And this was like a year later, like the next summer. And I was like, what's it sound like? She goes, I don't know. There's something at the window that keeps scratching. I said, just tell it to go away. This is not his bedroom anymore and to leave you alone. She did that and she never heard another scratch and it never bothered her again.
Wow.
I've been inside a vehicle with coyotes scratching on it. I can't imagine something that much bigger than that. Oh my God.
That was kind of like dire wolf size and almost.
Terrifying. But really cool.
And then the same time that summer, I found out much later that the same time that summer, there's a county road that runs along those railroad tracks that comes into the backside of town. And the girl I'm friends with, she lived back there, like on that side of the town. And she worked second shift and was coming home one night and was telling me that something was standing in the road, alongside the road, and her high beams were on. It dropped down to all fours from standing on 2 legs to run into the woods. And then my cousin said they were driving in on that same road and there was something running alongside the car with red eyes.
Nope, that's when Katie pees her pants.
I said,
the exact moment.
It just kind of hit me. It was the same time we had ours. And it was on the same, they saw it on the same road on the same side of town. Mm-hmm. And the railroad tracks is the same ones that runs right by my mom's old house.
Yep, nope.
And there was a metal barn not real far away. It was like one of the neighbors outside of the housing addition. And you could hear stuff banging on it. And the cows were like mooing and kicking it. And you could hear them trying to get out. There was something over there.
Yeah.
So that was the summer. And that fall, I saw my Bigfoot. I was driving to work. And this all happened in like 1 year. And I was driving to work. And Xander was like 2 and in the back seat. And we came down this hill, and I looked, and I had corn on this side. There's a really nice house on this side in the wooded area. And this guy walks out in front of me with rust-colored hair, and I thought, why the hell is that guy dressed all in orange and wearing a white hat? And then he walked over by the sign, like railroad crossing sign. You know, those are pretty tall. Mm-hmm. And he was halfway of that sign, like the actual sign, almost to the top, walked into the cornfield. So me, not really thinking anything about it until I saw his height, thought, oh shit, that was a Sasquatch. And me, I stop and I look in the corn and I can't see anything. I'm like, where did he go? And then it was on my mom's birthday in October. We had went to Walmart grocery shopping. I had actually got a house by then and moved out. And our security light was on. And my oldest son giggles and he goes, oh, that's probably the dog man checking on you. And I thought, you know, that's the same thing I was thinking. So we dropped off our groceries. I took him to my mom's house. And then we came back and we were walking in the house. And you know how nails sound on metal? Mm-hmm. Like the tink, tink, like, you know, something pointy on metal. Right above us on the metal roof going into our back porch from the drive and the deck, we heard tink, tink, tink. And Ariana says, Mom, I just heard somebody say something. Get in the house.
Oh, gosh. No.
And you would always hear stuff running on top of the roof. She stayed upstairs, and she said she'd always hear stuff up there. And I'm telling you, I heard something that sounded like it was inside of the walls one night, and I think they were on top of the roof. It was crazy.
Like, I would go on every trip with Rachel from here until the end of eternity and walk in and be like, I am open. Let's talk. Let's have some fun before I'm ever spending the night if there are clicky clacky nails. Nope.
I think I'm the exact opposite.
I know you are. I know, because you're eating this up. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go visit Jen. And I'm like, yes. I'm not ever going back north. I'm going to tell my sister I love her and she's going to have to visit me because I'm not coming.
Done, son.
You're free to come like during the warm months in the winter, just not the spring and fall.
Yeah, you know, northern Indiana in the winter. It's awesome.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm wondering if, like, because you've had a lot of experiences with them, do you think it's sort of like maybe they feel like a connection of some kind?
That's what I thought too. I think they know we don't mean any harm. Oh, I forgot to tell you the best part about this encounter. So I was driving home from a ghost hunt one night, and I was maybe half a mile away from the house. And Caden calls me again and says, Mom, they're here. And I was like, oh shit, what am I going to see when I get home? Are they going to be sitting on the roof greeting me as I pull in the driveway?
Right.
Are they going to be behind the car that's parked there? I'm just like, are they going to peek up and be like, hello? So that's my fear, is one will be hiding and I'll walk out and it'll like be looking at me then. So I was like, in my mind, we were talking about mind speak earlier, and in my mind, I thought, and I don't know if you've had this happen, Rachel. I've not had it happen since or before. So you know how you get thoughts in your head from spirits. Well, I was like, please leave him. And as soon as I was like saying, please leave him alone, I just got to please leave. And it was like us having a conversation and somebody cutting you off. It said, it's not us. It was the
Oh, no,
had
no.
happened. Not before, not after, not even like, you know, you're at a ghost hunt and you're getting all this stuff in your head or you hear things. I've never had anything like that happen.
Wow. Yeah.
But it was just like a conversation cut me off and said, it's not us.
Wow.
It was weird. It was odd, but it was interesting.
Oof.
Yeah. It is really, it's fascinating. Like, I often wonder if, like, what someone should actually do if they think that they've encountered something like the Dogman.
Reach out to me so I can document it. So
Yeah. Get it on camera.
but we do. I take, now that the fake one is gone, I take care of all the emails now and the website. So I see all these encounters come in firsthand, and I actually have spreadsheets for each state
Oh, that's awesome.
of these people that have had these encounters who want to have membership. And the encounters are something else. Like, some of these people, I feel terrible for them. Like, they're like, it keeps coming to our house. It's standing at the woods watching us.
Mm.
And I've noticed that they go after men more.
Mm.
Like the one was just watching us at the park the other day. I took him to the dentist. I took Xander to the dentist, the youngest. And he's been wanting to go ghost hunting. So I said, okay. I said, we're close to the park. I said, do you want to stop and ghost hunt before I take you to school and before I go to work? Yeah, can we? I said, sure. So we stop and we go to the first cemetery in the park. And I didn't realize there was like a big swamp back there. So we're like walking along the edge. There's like wide trails back there that goes through the cemetery. And and then there's like a drop off. And we're like walking at the edge. And I actually have the recording and you guys can hear it in the recording. As soon as I get off his phone, I've got to go through it. But he's recording and you hear me say, what was that? And he's like, la, 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 what's what? You know, he's like not paying attention. I said, where did it go? And I'm like looking. And so I start taking pictures and I saw stuff in the pictures. Mm. But you could see it move and then it was really still. Like it was in one spot and it moved to another one, like just that quick. Oof. And then we went back to the other cemetery and there is, I don't know what it is in the photo. We're trying to figure out what it is and run it through. Jody called it meta something. I don't remember what he called it. He asked me if I knew how to do it. I said, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's meta something and something to do with photography and analyzing it. And I'll have
maybe it's an AI or something like that. That meta does.
Let me see what he called it. But it looks like something is standing between the two trees watching us. And you have the cemetery on one side and it's a park. So, you know, they go through and they clean up stuff. So they have to have room for their little like buggies to clean up and trailers. So the paths are really wide there. And we were walking and I told Xander, I said, watch for prints while we walk. And I happened to be on the phone with Tamala, like video chat and showing her where we were at. And I'm walking along and I look down and there's 3 claw marks in the ground. Like you can see like claw marks. They were probably about 2 feet long. Wow. But they were, you know how sharp that had to be to dig into the ground.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just stopped and I showed her like on video chat, and she's like, whoa. And so I told her, I said, I got to go. I got to take these pictures. So I documented that. And then until I looked at the pictures, we didn't see something possibly standing between the trees watching us. But on one side is the cemetery, and on the other side is the back side of that swamp area that across from the first cemetery we were at. And we walked over there. It's really pretty. It's really open, really green grass already. We walked over there, and Xander looks at me. He goes, Mom, he goes, it feels weird over here. He goes, I feel like something's watching us. So him at 10 years old, it's crazy the stuff he feels and sees, and he's all into this stuff. Let me see. He called it. I'm looking. He asked me. Oh, shoot. Meta. Metadata. Do you know how to do the metadata on the pictures?
Oh, so that's tracking. If you click on a picture on your iPhone, it brings up the location, where it was taken, whether it's a screenshot, what photo settings you had even, and what type of photo it's taken on. So that is really useful because it's proof.
Oh, okay.
Real photo that it's unedited, all that stuff. So that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can do that on mine.
Very cool. Yeah. I mean, that's proof this picture is taken live right here, then where on this phone. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very smart to do because you're collecting then data that you can build, and that's
You don't have somebody going, that's a fake picture.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And then somebody can't say, that's a completely fake, CGI generated or AI generated picture.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very valuable.
Smart.
Well, we have made it an hour, ladies. Jen, this has been awesome. Oh my gosh.
I'll never see you up here.
I
Just remember, the Mississinawa Triangle is closer to you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Fort Wayne's only an hour. You're only 2. Yeah.
I need to invade all of your spaces.
I know. We may have to make a trip so we could go.
You guys come visit me. I'll take you to where I grew up, and apparently there are dogmen.
And we'll all get eaten together. Yay!
Okay.
Bonding.
We have buddies. Which one of us is the slowest?
Probably.
Oh no.
Whoever wears the worst shoes.
Oh my gosh.
No flip
Haley,
flops.
I'm looking at you.
I came in my heels, damn it.
Oh, just because you're the baby. We're all old. We need comfortable shoes.
Oh, I'm always like in like some type of heel because I'm small. I'm short. I mean, they're wearing like some type of. They're like more chunky, not like 3-inch heels or anything.
So we're narrowing it down who will get 8 first. So there's 2 of us left.
Yeah, it's you or me, Katie.
It's going to be me because I'm going to be like, I said I was not going to do this. I said I was not coming in the woods with Jen. I was not going to do it. And of course, I'm the one that's going to get eaten.
It's just good writing. What can we say? Oh my gosh. You guys are great.
Haley, who do we have next week?
Ooh, we have our Bigfoot researcher, Scott. Don't want to say his name incorrectly, but I will announce it shortly on our page.
Excellent. So, yeah, we're going to keep going with the cryptids all month. And the bigger, the better. So
now it just makes me think like we need to have like some point down the road, just be like Dogman Month. And
maybe.
You know what I mean? Like really focus, like take a deep dive into like a particular cryptid. But
yeah,
I'm down.
Maybe next week.
This is my happy
Dogman December.
Yes. There you go. We have time to plan it now. Beautiful.
That's right.
Mothman May. There you go.
All right, let's make a calendar now.
It's a
Oh
nice
my
ritual.
gosh.
This is good stuff. Thank you, ladies.
Sasquatch September.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so the chat is going to be popping this week, apparently. But yeah, we'll be back next week,
With Bigfoot.
Thursday, 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. if you live near Rachel. And just check your times. We're always here. We are, it is YouTube, so you can find us anytime you want to. Jenn, thank you again for visiting with us tonight.
Thank you,
Thanks
Jen.
for having me.
Of course. We'll have you back when we deep dive a little further and get some more of your anecdotes, because there you have so many stories. Oh my gosh.
You guys should have Tamala too. She's like the big, yeah.
Yeah.
She called me one day real quick and she goes, I got a question. I said, what's that? She goes, I was just out walking in the woods and I found some deer heads on stakes. What is that?
It's the Blair Witch.
I said, she goes, is that Dogman? I said, yeah, pretty sure it is.
Oh,
I've never heard of
The natives are getting
heads on.
restless.
And she would find like deer carcasses thrown up in trees.
oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I won't
I want to
venture
be
to the
with
woods
her in a
with
horror
her.
movie.
I was gonna say, there's my nightmare fuel for tonight.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
just
checking
wanted
those
to throw
pictures
that
I took the other day.
That last tidbit in there for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rachel, Haley, as always, Thursdays are such a good night. Thank you so much.
They are.
Love you, darling.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
Love you. See you soon.